Hey Spuddies, potatoMcWhiskey here and welcome to Civilization 6. I've moved my troops up a little bit in order to explore here. It looks like he's got walls on his city, so the best thing I can do is maybe get one pillage off here and then look for peace. I have pushed him back significantly by raising his cities, and I'm going to go ahead and get this city in place, even though it's one of my weaker ones. If I can solidify my borders with the Khmer early into the game, then I'm basically off to the races, and I'll have very, very few worries throughout the game. Now, I'm expecting to lose this Eagle Warrior, maybe? No, it looks like I managed to just barely make it through. They want my Holy Lance. I'm not going to sell my Holy Lance. It's one of my biggest sources of faith right now. I'm definitely going to pillage there. You're going to retreat to a safe distance. We're going to use all 3 shots on this catapult, I reckon, so we can get the kill. Didn't quite get the kill. That's fine. Likely I will lose this Eagle Warrior. He's done a great job. He got me a ton of builders, so I actually don't mind that much. I'm going to try to stand here to try to bait shots into my vampire rather than this warrior, in the hope that I might be able to get another pillage off here, and maybe even I'll explore the city that's over here to the east and see if I can get a kill or something. All right, my warrior took a couple hits, which sucks. Didn't want the warrior to take those hits, but I'll live with it. This guy's almost close to his 3rd promotion. So let's kind of retreat this direction. You fall back this way. You fall heavily back. Can you step there? I might be able to get the pillage with him, and then otherwise we're kind of falling back now. And depending on what scouting information I pull in about this city, that'll determine whether or not we go to peace. I'm sitting on like a ton of faith from all that pillaging I need to do. I should definitely be getting some missionaries and spreading my religion to maybe see if we can get a better age here. All right, so we're going to get to work on this campus. It's 18 turns to build the campus, but if I harvest this gear, that brings it down to 8 turns, which is a huge boosted speed. I've got a campus coming in the capital as well. I'm working mostly high growth tiles, which I'm kind of okay with for the short term. I would like to be working more production, but it's just not feasible right now. I'm kind of relying on my growth to carry me here. My God, their empire is insane already. Yeah, they're generating 100 science. All right, so this is kind of what I expected. What I'm going to try to do is nab a pillage right there. That'll give me a little bit of culture, and then I'll explore this city. This city is actually vulnerable, so I may try to get away with a little bit more war. Those walls aren't ready yet, but they will be soon. I could kill another city and really put back the Khmer. Let's get to work on theology. I'd like to get my temples, because that would allow me to get apostles to evangelize my religion. And I think my religion is how I kind of get back into this game in a big way. Spread my religion there, move my religion to the north. How much for me to purchase a settler? 680 gold. Unlikely I'll get it, but I should be able to squeak past and get at least a normal age. And I think I'm going to chop again here, because that is a hill, so I can put a mine on it, and that will finish that campus really fast. And I'm gonna try to push out that library to start bringing up my science to compete with the AI. I'm only at 10 science per turn, which is really not good enough at this stage of the game. He's still looking for peace. I may be able to get something off of him. Plus, I also want the temples. Because I have suzerainty of Candy, I can actually get more relics by exploring. So I'm kind of trying to hold off on hardcore exploration. I get this again. Boom, there's theology. And I think that is the last reasonable thing I will be able to get from war. I can probably farm a little bit of experience on these guys by shooting the city and maybe kill this. I'm sitting on 2 envoys, and I'm about to start getting a library or 2. So I think putting 1 envoy in Nalanda and Hattusa will give me a nice boost to my science. 2 science right now, and then another +1 science for each of these libraries that I build. So that's going to help me scale a little bit quicker. I definitely feel like Roxburgh should also get a holy site. I think a builder charge in Roxburgh would be cool. I really do think that the big thing is to just get these cities growing. So a granary is great, but I think the watermill is only slightly more expensive, but it also gives me +1 production, which will make up for this really poor land that I'm sitting on. There may be like 1 more city out here, like maybe near the Mercury, to try to like grab these horses in the Mercury, and then maybe another city out here to try to use this stuff as well. They're just not very good. They'll be very late game cities that I'll settle. Right there, we spread to another city. I need to also start thinking about getting this city to 12 pop in order to, or not 12 pop, sorry, 7 pop in order to pop down the government plaza. Right, nice. We met Portugal. We will exchange information on our capitals. My little vampire boy is taking hits. And we have military traditions, so we have a little bit better combat strength stuff. Let's step forward. Ooh, there's a builder there that I could nab. keep doing damage to this city because this is just free experience basically. Maybe I could steal that builder and there might be a barb camp here that I could turn into a city-state or something. That would be really cool if I could have another personal city-state to assist me in the northeastern side of the map. I'm going to pop an envoy into Johannesburg. That +1 production in the capital will be helpful, and I do have a few industrial zones planned which will help with my production. Problem I'm running into is I don't have very good options for spreading my religion. Pretty much everyone near me either got their own religion or already has a religion spread to them, so I'm going to have a hard time getting a golden age. I might be able to nail a golden age for the next era if I go mass settler, but I think it's time I push for apprenticeship for the +1 production. I have a decent amount of mines and it'll make my capital strong. The one great thing about the classical era coming, or rather medieval era coming, is I'll be able to upgrade the Sanguine Pact and maybe throw down a vampire castle here just kind of on like a temporary basis. I can never find the vampire castle in this list. Oh, looks like Mitla was this city-state and they just appeared. Oh, that's cool because I was one of the first people to meet them. That's another city-state that I can sort of put my points into and get a bit of value. Should be close to getting some level ups here. I definitely can pillage those horses actually. Pick up a little bit of extra value. Convert another city for a little bit of golden age points. Pop down a farm. Awesome. I'm going to be able to purchase another settler next turn, which means maybe a missionary. I should keep like a missionary charge around to convert the city that I buy. I don't know. It's a hard one. Okay, the city just got walls. Not great. I'm going to pillage for faith. Shoot the city to get a little bit of extra experience and then peace out the Khmer. I want like all of your resources. I wish I could take some great works off him. Ah man, it's tempting. Problem is I don't have anywhere to put this relic. Unless I were to go ahead and buy the temple and screw settlers. If I buy the temple and move it there and then talk to the Khmer, maybe I could get him to give me a great work of writing, which is pretty good value, as well as some diplo favor. Yeah. I'm liking where this is going as a plan. So this war has been pretty good for me. I really hurt the Khmer to the point where I'm not worried about them at all. I got myself a great work of writing. I destroyed 2 of his cities. Was it 2? I don't remember. I think it was 2 cities that I killed. And I got some significant level ups on my vampires and my units in general, as well as getting many builders. So I kind of turned something that was honestly like a really bad situation into a pretty okay situation. Do I want this barb camp to evolve into a city-state? It's not a bad move. It's pretty bad land. So if I'm going to want to do that, I'll need to invest gold into buying their units and sort of containing the city-state with the units that I buy. I'm trying to think how I get another 7 era score here with so little time on the clock. If this was a slightly lower population city, I might be able to convert it with my religious units and get like 5 era score there. Oh well, this barb camp, or rather this city-state's having trouble with some barbs. Yikes. Let's run away and not attract attention to ourselves. I think we're just gonna have to make do with a regular age, unfortunately. As much as I don't like it. No, you're not allowed to scout me. Okay, I'm undefended right now, so unacceptable to allow barbarians to scout me. Oh, they're trying to hunt my religious units. Run to Crimea River. Ah yes, 2 gold per turn seems really low for what is arguably a pretty damn valuable luxury. The good news is I am getting a pretty good boost to my production in my capital from the amenities thing, and my science is starting to look a little bit less atrocious. I've almost doubled my science. All right, let's keep running with these guys. Maybe I can get a sneaky convert off on this city-state. I definitely need to kill this barb camp, but I'll have to hire a man-at-arms from it in order to do it. So I'll probably start moving an archer down there. 5 gold per turn for this is pretty good. I can bring it up to 7. Very nice. Definitely need to get more of these luxuries built up because the gold has really been my only saving grace this game. Right, we're in the medieval era and we just got another governor title. So Exodus of the Evangelist is cool, so I'll do that again because I do plan on settling and converting more cities. I think the big thing right now is to just go hardcore into settlers, which sucks because the production in some of my cities isn't the best, but I can promote this with Rising Hunger and we can start looking into maybe getting a vampire castle out here. I may wait until apprenticeship is finished and I'll need at least 1, 2, 3 build charges, so I'll probably buy myself a builder to get that improved and then maybe buy the tiles. Or maybe I'll have to hard build the builder. How long would it take me? 7 turns is pretty reasonable here, and I'd be able to get that up and running and get a really good vampire castle pretty quick. And then I need to start thinking about my second vampire castle. So it looks like great scientist points are doubled, which is kind of what I wanted, because I'm earning like 4 per turn, so now I'm earning 8, which isn't ideal because the AI is probably earning way more than me, and melee strength units are boosted, which is not what I voted for. But in terms of great scientist points, oh my god. Yeah, it's a bit crazy. Yeah, that's a bit crazy. Someone's on 34 great scientist points already. It's going to be a tough game, all right? I'm under no illusions. My hope is my skill will win out. I converted another city. Good, good, good. I probably just need to pump hard on missionaries this era and see if we can't make it happen in terms of spreading our religion. Because there isn't a whole lot of pressure over on this side of the map. So if I can get a few missionaries over here, I think I can actually make a difference. The curious thing is I can actually chop with this vampire here, which I don't know if that's a good idea. Does that like use a build charge? I don't know. Let's do some science here. So I chop, and now he has 1 build charge, and this vampire has 2. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, all right, I'm on board. That finished my library for me. I have a builder coming out here. I'll need both of these tiles, so I may as well just buy them now. The dreams of a man-at-arms coming from over here will just have to be bought on the backs of whatever I can pull off with these. I need this city to grow, but I also need settlers. So I think I just no, I don't think I push for growth here. I do want that government plaza though. If I push for growth, actually pushing for growth in my capital actually makes sense if I think about it, because I'm going to be putting vampire castles in it to boost it, and vampire castles aim specifically at boosting its food and production. So if I can get it extra housing, I'll be able to take advantage of that housing. So I think that does actually kind of make sense. Can I convert this? Probably just about not enough pressure. I might be able to do it with 1 more. This might piss her off, which is fine. I'm just looking for the era score from converting cities. And I might be able to do the same thing to Byzantium now. And actually, let me have a look at the pressure in some of these cities. 1,000. Pressure is pretty low in a few of these places. I might be able to send a couple of these guys up north and just grab a bit of religious score. I'm not going to place the vampire castle down yet because it's based on... Vampire castles don't up the yields that they absorb from adjacent tiles, so you want to have those tiles already improved. Alright, let's get rid of you. That'll buff up my vampire a little bit. Now he has +1 combat strength from fighting things. Ooh, I should totally switch my government actually. I'm in a pretty terrible government for what I want to be doing. I don't need melee strength on my units right now. Khmer are denouncing me, which is fine. They could be mad. They attacked me and I pushed back, and now they're mad. Like, it's not my fault you're bad at the war. You know what I'm saying? The question is, do I go hard on faith here? If I go hard on faith, it could lead to good things this era in terms of more city conversions and era score. But I think that's a bit of a gamble. I should just go for more reliable returns on things like settlers. And I want to get a settler or 2 down here because this land is starting to get pushed by Byzantium and Indonesia. Good news that we're meeting more city-states, because that opens up possibilities for me to earn more envoys through these missions. Harbor. 2 people want a harbor. 1 wants a spearman, 1 wants a great general. So I think spearman and harbor are things we can do. And having good relationships with a bunch of city-states just gives you a lot of flexibility and scaling power. I think it's about time I appointed Pingala. And I'm going to put Pingala in my capital. And I'll probably use Dumfries as my settlement training place and try to just build up Sterling's population. I need like raw gold right now. So 160 gold plus 10 Diplo favor for my whales is pretty good, because I should be able to turn around and maybe sell more stuff. How much to buy these luxuries? It's actually very, very cheap. 22 gold and 3 gold per turn. That's an extra 4 or 8 amenities across my empire. This guy's selling amenities pretty cheap too. And he'll even give me a really good payment for my last copy. How about a little bit of Diplo favor thrown in on top there too? Yeah, 16 gold per turn. That's fantastic. Poundmaker, how do you feel? I'm going to have access to honey myself. He'll pay 11 gold for this. How do you feel like for like 60 Diplo favor as well? Oh yeah, he'll pay up for that. There we go. There we go. Now that's enough gold to do what I need here, which is to hire a man-at-arms and walk over with this archer to clear this camp, because I need this camp cleared. I don't mind boosting this one, which means I will need more gold, but it will give me a consistent way to get military, to convert my military into or convert my gold into a military rather. All right, cool. We have access to apprenticeship, so we can start building up our production, and all of our mines are more valuable now. The question is here, do I chop this and then put a plantation? Well, here's the thing. If I chop it, I get 57 production. But if I leave the forest and build the vampire castle, I'm essentially getting that production twice because the vampire castle duplicates it. So I'm better off just building a plantation there. This vampire castle is going to be extremely valuable once I'm able to get it online. This is kind of a turning point for my empire. These next few turns, depending on what I'm able to pull off, it's going to sort of set the stage for a lot of my plans, basically until the end of the game. Really just about what I'm capable of actually pulling off. So a meteor struck to the north. I'm going to send these guys, I'm going to send this horseman to try and grab it. It's basically a goodie hut, and I'd like it. Grab ourselves another missionary. I can grab Nalanda quite easily. And Tanarivo actually could be doable with a single missionary, depending on how things work. Should be able to grab that. I'm not looking for like fully convert people. I'm just looking to snag a bit of era score for my faith, because I have no other real use for it right now, and saving it doesn't do a huge amount for me. So if I can get value by exploring with missionaries and converting a few cities, that's like, you know, just great. Right, so we have harbor tech now, and I'll probably have to pick a city to go for the harbor. It might be Dumfries. It really depends on what I can just manage to pull off. Got my water mill and granary in Stirling, so this city's ready to grow. I pop down the lumber mill, and then immediately I can place down my vampire castle. This vampire castle pulls in a clean 2 science, 13 production, 6 gold, 14 food, and 1 faith. It's touching nearly every yield in the game, and that has just made my capital extremely good. It's going to grow very, very rapidly now, and in order to facilitate that, I think I need the boost for ancient walls, so I will grab ancient walls in my capital. But yeah, and now I'm going to be able to use Pingala here to sort of boost this city up. I'm going to start sort of thinking in the direction of a government plaza here. Now, I've already converted Mataram. Can't use it. I'm trying to look for cities where I could use a single, like, Vilnius used to be a city-state, I'm pretty sure. Did they conquer it? I'm like 90% sure that's a city-state that they conquered. I could actually send a missionary to go snipe these 2 cities. These don't have a lot of faith pressure in them at all, so 1 or 2 missionaries could do that for me. Cool, so we've neutralized religion in here. Maybe 1 more spread would do it. I think 1 more will do it after that in here as well, although it's very competitive. 159 turns until that changes. Well, we do what we can, you know what I'm saying? Some sort of emergency is being passed here. Curious to see. It's a military emergency that failed. All right, let's get rid of this guy. He's dead. Another combat strength for you. We can yoink this. And we get the Void Singers from that, which is kind of neat. That's a free heavy chariot, which means it's another piece of military I don't have to build myself. Now I need to start thinking about where my next vampire castle goes. It's almost certainly down like here-ish. And planning cities for this area is important. I think I settle on the T here. Yeah, if I settle T, I have a really good choke point that'll be hard to attack into. That leaves me open to settle like here, or possibly even on sheep. On sheep is cool. I like settling on the sheep here. It leaves me with a lot of empty, useless land over here compared to settling there. So maybe I could do something like this. Settle there. The appeal is fairly high in here. So perhaps a preserve. Maybe like a preserve here. Grabs a bunch of tiles, spreads the city's influence, gives me a great way to generate culture and faith in a what otherwise will be a science game. And then I can set up for double vampire castle in this city. Possibly, actually, the appeal like here. Could use preserve with vampire castles. Nah, I don't think it's worth it. It's a lot of production. It's a lot of setup rather than just like slapping out a few builders and yeah, I think we'll do the builder slap method. Convert. Just didn't quite hit it. Didn't quite hit it on these either, so I'll need to send another missionary over to these guys to try and just grab these cities in my favor. We found Pamukala, and unfortunately I don't get the relic for that because I didn't have room for a relic, which feels bad. Feels pretty bad. All right, we got ancient walls in my capital, which gives me a boost. I can buy this tile. Slap down the government plaza. 2 turns on that one. Great. So my goal this game is to build a giga capital. Also, I totally forgot to switch my government again. Got a cheap thing that I can research. No, we'll have to wait for feudalism or buy it with gold. I think I'll buy it with gold. Just kind of preoccupied. It's actually a very, very tough game. Like, look how far behind I am. It's kind of crazy. And I'm trying to play it tall, which is like objectively the worst way to play. So that's not really helping my... It's not really helping, you know. I can get honey now. Okay, good. More luxuries. I also need to buy another unit from this. I want to turn it into a thing. Convert. All right, nice. We got another city converted. Another little bit of error score. We're getting really, really good exploration with these missionaries. Should probably send someone down towards Africa down here. Man, these cities are just terrible. These 2 cities are just terrible. Yeah, I'm going to need serious build charges in here. They're basically never going to be useful. It's just so slow to develop. All right, Government Plaza is down. And I think it's time we go for Audience Chamber. So we can make a giga capital. That'll give me 4 housing and 2 amenities in my capital, which will scale really nicely off the vampire castle growth that we're getting. So housing is just a big deal, which is why I'm also gunning for aqueducts here. Let's try to scale hard culturally now, connoisseur, because that will allow me to pick up my next governor title a little bit sooner. Let's switch our governments here. I think classical republic is the move. That way I can plug in natural philosophy or potentially great scientist points here. These are getting doubled, so I think that's pretty good value actually. Charismatic leader. Yeah, it's all looking okay. Okay, don't like this. You step forward, I shoot him, you come forward, you attack him, and then he has to move all the way around to attack me. All right, we're looking good. Gotta be just on the cusp of converting Antananarivo. More city-states, fantastic. More city-states that we find, the better our scaling is, remember. All right, we took a pretty bad hit there. Let's switch, shoot, and shoot. This guy earned a promotion. Battle cry will help him fight. Did I actually convert Antananarivo? I don't remember. No, I did. All right, it's mine. Might be able to sneak in and steal this city too for 2 era score. Plus a little bit of pressure. Playing the missionary game right now. And I think it's one of the first games where I've actually like actively tried to play a missionary game. I'm not getting anything out of it just yet, but I'm hoping that it'll like, I don't know, something will come to fruition from it. Just kind of exploring ideas right now, because remember, the game just, got patched not too long ago, and a lot of stuff is different. So we're kind of in the exploration phase of like what actually works and what doesn't. I'm going to take this camp. I'm going to clear it. That'll net me some era score. So I have aqueducts now, which is great. Let's head towards the universities. We got our first settler out of Dumfries. I think I'd like a builder and then use the continuous chopping method of settling. Use the builder to chop, use the chop to get settlers, settle a city, chop out more cities. Because in civilization, your empire scales off two things mainly, right? The first one is cities, and then the second one is city-states. Your empire scales off of cities because the amount of districts you build is like basically your entire strategy, right? Yeah, I'm sorry, thanks for the Diplo favor. So I converted one of his cities, which annoyed him, which is fine. He's allowed to be annoyed. Which I'm hoping will just kind of give me that little bit of pressure I need to maybe screw him. You know what I could do? I could run up here and screw this city as well, because it does not have a lot of pressure. Let's do a little bit of a maneuver on these guys. All right, disperse that clan. Boom, 3 era score. We're already, now considering we're only, about a third of the way through this era, we've got half the era score we need to potentially, wipe out Tomato Town or whatever we're trying to achieve here. Right, boom. Audience chamber is about to be done. I totally forgot to get another farm, which is actually a huge oversight. I'm going to switch away from feudalism, and I'm going to use this governor title to get researcher. Kaboom. Now my capital, like, look at this city, okay? Look at this city's yields. It's a combination of Pingala and the vampire castles. It's a really, like, if you just have bad land, sometimes Pingala and vampire castles are all you need to make up for it. We're also scaling hard off of our amenities as Scotland, which I'm pretty happy about. I don't need this aqueduct right now, so I think I can safely go for a few builders out of my capital. I'm about to get the thing though. I make so much food. You know what? I make so much food, I may as well go for settlers here, because the population loss isn't that big of a deal. It's very, very, very late settling. I'll admit that happily. Like, I know I'm bad. I know I'm doing bad right now, but there's not much you can do about it. Let's hire another horseman. We're trying to push this towards being a city-state while trying to also contain the threat of it. Exchange information on our capitals. So Ba Triu is over here. Bandar Brunei, finding lots of city-states, very happy about it. So capital popped out a settler, the growth overflowed and immediately made the capital go back up to 9 pop, worked out great. We have a trader here. Any envoys available for trading? Not really. It might be good to start setting up for coastal trade or something like that. I think the thing to do is to maybe move this trade route to Aberdeen now. Just slowly build a road to Candy. Just always have one trade route going there. So we got a builder in Dumfries, and the plan is to chop out a settler here. Is that really the plan? I guess it is. I know I'm having a bit of a haphazard game right now, and I'm making weird decisions because I'm in like a game that I'm not familiar with what I should do, if that makes sense. Things that I'm doing right now are decisions that I've never had to make before, and I'm trying to like address the problems that are coming up sort of dynamically, and maybe I'm not quite managing that. Still getting good gold from trading with Candy, and that road is getting nice and long, which is always nice. Convert, boom, another 2 era score, piss him off a little bit. I may actually just spend a full missionary on that to really, really piss him off and force him to spend his own. So this city looks like it's getting killed by something, which is interesting. Is this a war between Byzantium and Indonesia? It looks like it is, which is interesting. You buy your luxuries, 4 gold per turn, seems good. I don't think I have gypsum, so I'll buy that fairly cheap. I don't remember having salt and tobacco. I think I already bought them actually. Yeah, I already got salt and tobacco. But yeah, I'm getting really, really good amenities right now. All right, boom. There's Cullen. You know, a golden age might be possible here. It's looking like it. Here's an interesting idea actually. What if I move this city, okay, up here, 1 tile? Okay, actually, yeah. If I move this city, right, hang on. Control, is it shifty? Shifty. If I move this city up 1 tile, right, I can still place this. I can't place this anymore, but that's okay, right? Because I'll just place that there, right? That's fine. Then 1, 2, 3. I could settle a city here, and that city could also put a campus there and also put a commercial hub there. And now we're getting very, very close to encapsulating this campus. I just throw down like an entertainment complex to sustain my amenities, and boom, it's a +4 campus right there, which is like a big deal. A lot of infrastructure, and then I just need to replicate it, you know, again, but it's not going to be as possible. But this is like a pretty reasonable setup of districts. The only thing maybe missing is maybe this is an industrial zone and this is an aqueduct. The problem is the city just has no production, so if I kill its only productive tile, it's gonna be a hard life. City's gonna need an internal trade route to even just begin to do anything. But I mean, it kind of works. Problem is, it leaves me with a really bad coastline that I'll just have to try and fill in with lumber mills later in the game. It kind of works. I think I skip the aqueduct and keep the stone. I lose a little bit of housing, but I keep a much better tile. Yeah, I think that's a more reasonable setup. All right, I can live with this. Chop here, boom, 3 turns on that settler. We have access to universities now, which means probably about time that we started thinking about that. So Aberdeen has officially built all of its basic buildings and is expanding its borders like at a reasonable pace. Let's get started on its industrial zone. The 17 turn build will place its aqueduct, will place its holy site, but we'll go industrial zone first and then aqueduct. Gonna go preserve first in Cullen. I'd like that to be, you know, meaningfully built. That tile right there must be a lumber mill, but everything else I can kind of chop and change. I'll probably harvest those copper. Convert my own city. Boom. Another 2 era score. I heard a barb camp noise. Am I okay with that barb camp right there? I might be okay with that barb, with that. But then again, this is like a really nice river for me to potentially expand down into in the late game. Don't know. Man, 6 turns on a university in my capital. It's really, really nice. I think I'd take it here because great scientist points are doubled. I'm making a respectable 21 great scientist points per turn right now. We're in the industrial era when it comes to great scientists. This has been a really terrible, like, I just keep getting these really god-awful starts in my games. It's making life hard. It looks like he just spent a unit to convert that back, which is fine. I only need to convert the city once to get the era score. Boom, there's ironworking. Not quite good enough, but almost. Need 150 gold for that Dumfries tile. Okay. How would you like to sell me salt and stuff? You'd like it. All right, cool. Can hire a courser here from this city, this camp in 7 turns. I'll need to save up gold. How are we looking? Right, era is coming to a close soon and we have a potential golden age in our hands. That's going to mean I'll be able to mass purchase builders, which should be really, really good. I'm about to complete the civil service boost and I need 1 builder charge to get the feudalism boost. So I might just put a turn into naval tradition, although it's not worth it. I think I just put a turn into civil service here. It would be good to know where niter goes. But then again, aqueduct is an easy tech boost, so maybe shipbuilding. Galleys are an easy tech boost too. So I'm kind of stuck between a few awkward spots here. How much production for a settler? 300 production at this point is a bit much for the city. So maybe I just get that university, like boom, on the way. Take 10 turns off of it. The city is getting that quick. Cool, cool, cool. First civic civil service, cool. We can start looking at alliances. I may ally Gitarja. Be good. They are pretty good scientifically. Like, oh my god, Jesus, these guys are steaming ahead now scientifically. He's got 33 text research. That's 12 more text than me. That's really bad. All right, research alliance. Activate. Trade between us will now give me science. Could go for civil prestige here. I don't think it's worth it. I'm bottlenecked at feudalism, so I may just push past it and forget building the farm. Pop you down, delete that pin, convert that city instantly. So I need 4 era score to hit my golden age. This city is almost ready to start doing useful stuff. Let's get started on an aqueduct. Throw down that holy site too. And I think that's where we call it a wrap. I'm super behind, but it has potential, okay? I'll just say that. We have potential here to recover. Like, it could happen. We're starting to get enough cities now. The problem is I'm not building campuses. That's my big problem right now. I need to get these campuses online. Once this industrial zone is done, it's going to be like aqueduct, holy site, campus. And this city is going to be hard to get production in. Yeah, it's just getting enough production to catch up with the AI's infrastructure, because they have wonders. They have like multiple districts per city, because they just get so many cities and so much production so early into the game that it's hard to keep up. But yeah, I'm going to call that the end of the episode. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.